guys. I watched a documentary of Whitney Houston today. Finally, it was the one from 2018 on Hulu. I advise you, if y'all interested in her, if you haven't watched it, watch the documentary. I literally was in tears. I had to kind of get myself together so I can have her make this video. I like trying to do videos right after I watch it, because sometimes you forget stuff, and I really was like heartbroken, because I really felt like she could have lived a longer life, and I feel like the people that was supposed to protect her failed her. She married a boy. She didn't marry a man. So that's, besides your parents, your husband is the main person other than your parents that is supposed to protect you against anything. And that did not happen. And I was just sitting there like, oh, so upset. And I'm like, this is correct. Like, I've been saw the documentary, but I was just like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. That was, man, I listened to her my whole life. I listened to the songs that they had in the documentary. I was like, oh, I can sit here in this car right now and play the Star Spangled Banner from 91 and just feel like she put like, I don't know. It's so heartbreaking to watch her documentary, because I was such a fan as a child, and to hear that she was like abused as a child, like for as sexually abused by one of her family members. Just besides that, I'm not saying that's not bad, but besides that, stuff that people, because nobody really knew about that, so that's one thing. But there's things that people knew and that they were able to fix, and they did not fix it because everybody was worried about themselves and their own income and their own houses and their own cars and their own livelihood. And I'm like, why did the people that was supposed to protect her and take care of her is the one that failed her the most? Her family, her whole family, to me. Robin, her best friend, who protected her since she met her. They got her to X that girl out of her life. I understand that she was into chicks and all that, but like, come on, it's one of them things. Like, if she said that was her friend. I don't know much of that. I haven't really even heard of that before until I saw this documentary that she was messing with her or not. But that chick, Robin, knew the definition of like protecting her. She protected her up until a certain point where she couldn't anymore, because they got her to push her away. Really, Bobby did. And yes, I understand all these things about the husband and wife and the this and that and all that, but it just seems like they pushed out the one person that did take care of her. And okay, fine, if you felt like she was wrong for her, fine. But who's going to take care of her after y'all, who's going to take care of her now? And I'm sitting there like, like, as the story was going, I'm like, well, who's protecting her? I feel like this is one of my emotional videos, because I was like, I just watched it and I'm like, I have to make this video now while it's there, because I'm just very like, it's I don't even know how to explain it, but I just feel like she got married to an immature boy. He got jealous of her. Like a lot of men, if their woman surpasses them, they get some kind of jealousy going on. Instead of creating or figure out a way to manage his feelings and his whatever, he just a boy. He never probably learned how to internalize or figure out a way to deal with his feelings and his thoughts, and he pulled him right on down with him. That's all I saw. I saw him. Then he didn't want to talk about the drugs. Of course you didn't talk about the drugs, because you was sitting there drugging it with her. So yeah, he ain't gonna talk about that because he know he was doing it with her. So he was like, I don't want to talk about that. Yeah, drugs ain't what killed her. Nobody, even if it's what killed her, it was an important part of her of why it drug her to the ground and banked and like broke her. Like, she was so broke. By the time she actually got to the point when she wanted to go to rehab for herself, and for her, I guess for herself, and for her to try to preserve whatever was left of her and her daughter's relationship after Bobby left, she had no money left. None. And I'm like, I was just like, wait, what? She ran out of money? So you sit there and drained her dry, using with her, and when you was finished draining her dry, drugging with her, and tore her to the ground like usual, he left her. Heartbroken and broke. And I was just like, okay, 8 months. It was like she went up there and she did 8 months. She couldn't finish because she couldn't afford it. I was like, wait, what? So all those times when she was going and coming out of there quick, she had the money. But the one time she wanted it for herself, which is important. You have to want things for yourself in order for you to change anything. It has to be for you. Can't be for other people, because it's not going to work because other people say so, or they want you to, or they make you do this and make you do that. That is not really genuine. It's because you want it, and it's never going to work because somebody else wants it. It only works when you want it. So when she finally did it for herself, she had no more money to do it. She had to go back on tour, which she wasn't ready to do. That sounded like Michael Jackson's situation, which that's a whole nother video. But that, I'm just wanting to point that out. That sounded just like what happened to Michael Jackson, pretty much. He had no more liquid funds. If he wanted to pay for something, he would have to sell stuff. And I think he didn't want to do that, so he went on tour. Sounds familiar? So people around her used her up, let her drug it out, let her use up all that money she could invest in and do other things with. They sat around and let her do it. Her dad and her mom. Her mom actually did try, but the dad kept saying, girl, do what you want. You don't have to go to rehab. Prime example of a man sitting here saying no just to say no, just to spite the mama. No matter what it does to the child, which is, she's an adult, but she was their child. He didn't care. He knew that the mama was trying to help, so he did the opposite of the mama, just to hurt the mama. And he ultimately, I felt like he was hurting his child. He stole from his child. You can't trust a man that will steal from his own child. How you gonna trust that same man to say, yeah, girl, you don't have to stay at rehab? She called her daddy. Well, you don't have to stay at rehab. Yeah, he's saying it because he don't want you aware of all your money that's missing from him stealing and living lavish. Him and the accountant stay straight stealing from your own child. She had a whole family on payroll. The whole family. They ain't had to learn or know how to do nothing but be Whitney's family member, and they was getting paid $200 a week. The daddy went from $500 a week to $500,000 for the year working for her. And he probably had more than that because they say he was stealing. Why you got to steal from your own child? Why you can't talk to her, give her money, or ask her for it or something like that? Why you have to steal it from her? I am so heartbroken behind this, because I feel like people fail you, your family fail you, and people quick to say family this, family that. But family a lot of times be the one that's breaking you down. She was married to a boy who broke her down. Y'all supposed to be her family. And people want you to sit in and trust people. How can you trust a person? How can you trust people if the evidence that you're presenting is not trustworthy at all? How? But the thing about her was, she wasn't even in a position to be able to trust or believe or anything, because she was doped up for years. They didn't mind her staying like that. They didn't want to say nothing because they didn't want to. Okay, well, if we tell her, she gonna wake up and see how much what was going on, and that's gonna take away from this. That's all y'all cared about? That's all your life was worth, living off Wendy. I'm so upset. I'm calling her Wendy. Whitney's money. We lost a good, like somebody we all loved, because her soul, her music. We lost somebody young. She wasn't that old. Not long. She could have lasted long. We lost somebody because the people around her surroundings failed her. And then they wonder why a lot of these people stray from their family when they come rich, and they just be like, nah, this is my wife, my kids, my family, that's it. They just kind of stick to their immediate family because of stuff like that. That hurt me so bad. I'm like, wait, what? And it's not about I know her. It's about how people in your own circle would dog you to death. Would take away the one person that has actually had your back, helping you do all the stuff you was doing. And then I was sitting there like, Bobby, like you hating on the girl, but you tearing her down. You don't even like her. You jealous of her because you ain't on the spotlight. And this lady, like women do, we will bring ourselves down a couple of pegs just to make our men feel big because we are overshadowing them at sometimes. So we like, okay, let me push myself down to make him feel like the man of the house, because technically the man is the leader of the home and the provider, and he felt like he wasn't because he wasn't the provider, she was. So he felt less than. And a lot of women so caring and nurturing, okay, I see him hurting, let me lower myself for him. Let me lower myself and my standards and my being for this man I love. She did that. And he also took advantage of that. And he left her after everything was dried up and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is so, like, I might have to do another video. I'm very upset right now. I just watched this and 2 hours, bro. I was like, oh, 2 hours. I think it was more to the story. I know they had to do, like, dumb it down to like an hour and a half to two. That's most documentaries, about an hour and a half to 2 hours. They couldn't do too long. I know there's more stuff to tell. I don't know. It was bad. And you see the reports, you see this, you see that, you connect stuff when you hear stuff, and you be like, okay, that sound like that story. That sound like that story. This is heartbreaking. And you wonder why her daughter. You wonder what happened. What happened with the daughter? Happened with the daughter. They say they neglected the little girl. All Wendy wanted, and she knew she didn't have the love that she was supposed to have. She didn't have Whitney. Didn't have what she was supposed to have. She knew that. She couldn't be herself. She had to be what society wanted her to be. She had to be this, she had to be that. That was killing her inside because she couldn't be herself. That thing. Then she started drugging up with her husband, trying to just focus on him and build him up. Like, build him up for what? For him to tear you back down with him and leave you stuck in high and dry looking like she was looking? I was like, oh my God. I saw it before, but I was like, oh my God. Because you get the context with it and you like, wait, oh my God. This, and then this woman looked like a shell of herself, looking like a skeleton. And then they started doing all the skits about her, which I mean, that's comedy. That's kind of come with the territory. They had the Family Guy, all kind of shows doing the little skits, but that's come with the territory. That's all for now. I'll do another video. But goodbye for now. See you next time.